and welcome to the January 2016 episode of Focus TV. I'm J. Scott Berry. So how do we kick off the new year? Not with resolutions or dieting or exercise. No, this month, violence is our cover story. A recent study named Leesburg in its top 20th most dangerous Florida cities. But is that really the case? Hear what the local FBI field office has to say and how local law enforcement is taking on this trend. Plus, how does the rest of Lake County stack up compared to Leesburg? That, plus a program started in urban areas, is being used by local police to connect them with residents on a personal level. We'll tell you more about it. Be in the know with this month's issue of Focus. Then, a local 8th grade student has found a way to honor the greatest generation of veterans. In partnership with Lake Sumter TV and Parity Financial, Benjamin Mack Jackson has produced a special documentary series, the World War II Veterans History Project. Ben explains his passion for this topic, and we'll tell you how his rare interviews were turned into a highly polished program airing exclusively on LSTV. Speaking of Parity Financial, they're paying it forward and teaching local 4th graders about giving selflessly. What would you do if you had money to give to someone in need? We follow Greg Parity on his mission to help kids give back to their community and tell you about the book he's published to teach kids about the power of giving.
Giving somebody the gift of giving to just change the way that they relate and think about others. And to me, it's such a wonderful testament to the success of the project because we're starting with our future. We're teaching our future leaders and teachers how important it is to give to other people.
It was the Beatles who said, "Love is all you need." In the case of some area schools in need, they are about to find out as a special program known as Love Week is bolstering funding, resources, and volunteers to bring a little TLC to our schools in February. Find out how you can show the love and when. Now, you know at Focus, we never shy away from controversy, even when it has to do with mammograms. Recently, new national guidelines about when a woman should have a mammogram were updated. After years of educating Lake County women and the world, the guidelines have changed, leaving many confused. Focus TV talked exclusively with Dr. Catherine Keller from Lake Medical Imaging, who explains the new guidelines and why she has some concerns.
In October of 2015, the American Cancer Society released new guidelines for screening mammograms for women in the United States. What they said was that women should have the opportunity to begin screening mammograms annually at age 40. They should definitely start by age 45 and continue annually through age 54. And then after that, they can either continue annual screening or screen every other year. Whether to start at age 40 or 45 is a conversation with the doctor. Whether to continue after the mid-50s once a year or every other year, again, is a conversation with the doctor. If you screen every other year, there are plenty of studies that demonstrate that when the breast cancer is found, it tends to be larger and more widespread. And this is whether you're in the 40-year decades or if you're women that are 70 and older, no doubt about it. So the most lives are saved and the most pain, suffering, and cost if you find it early, which is only by annual screening. You know, if a woman has breast cancer and it's found later, she has to go through much more involved treatment, more testing, going to more doctor's visits, more cost to her, lost productivity. She can't be a loving mother, wife, and productive member of society if she's undergoing chemotherapy and radiation and repeated scans. The other thing is that older women have more breast cancers than younger women based on age alone, but their breast cancers are more often slower growing. Most of the studies that have to do with the benefit of mammograms in women who are 70 and older have only come out more recently, and now the evidence is really without a doubt certain that they have the same benefits of screening mammogram in terms of less mortality and finding cancers when they're smaller and more easily curable as do women in any other age group. So who benefits from these new guidelines from the American Cancer Society? Well, the winners are the insurance companies and the losers are women. You know, if you have no family history of breast cancer, your lifetime risk is 1 in 7 women, which is pretty high. When the U.S. Preventive Task Force says that screening mammography only has a letter grade of C or below, then that means that the insurance companies no longer have to pay for the screening examination. So that leaves out a lot of women who will not be able to pay for it themselves. And that's what's going to happen. Women in their 40s will now not have that service paid for unless they pay for it out of pocket. Likewise, women in the 50s to 65 who want to have annual instead of every other year screening will have to pay out of pocket. The American Cancer Society has decided that the harms of mammographic screening are greater than the benefits. Well, let's really look at that. Of 100 women that get a mammogram at Lake Medical Imaging, only approximately 6 of them will get called back for extra pictures. Almost all of those individuals have everything cleared up by taking some extra pictures and ultrasound to look at an area more carefully. Most women would say that the harm of some anxiety associated with having extra pictures and a biopsy is well worth it and is short-term, and they'd much prefer that than finding out they have a breast cancer that's already spread through their body and is not curable.
Still have questions? You can learn more when you visit lakemedicalimaging.com. Now, let's focus on events from around Lake County. Lake Sumter State College broke ground on a new Science Health building at its South Lake campus in Claremont. It's set to house the new Health Sciences Collegiate Academy, a 4-year educational program offering incoming 9th graders in South Lake County high schools a chance to sample some careers in the health sciences.
South Lake community has always been very supportive of Lake Sumter State College. From the first day that we began this college back in 1998 on this site to today when we broke ground in the new Science Health building. We have great relationships with the Chamber of Commerce, South Lake Hospital, and all the businesses in the community.
Thanks, Tom. Who knows? The next Doogie Howser could come from Lake County. Doogie Howser? Are you kidding? Google it. Now next, LRMC opened a new wing for short stay patients. It was created to provide clinical care to patients who have not been admitted to the hospital but could also benefit from an extended evaluation or treatment. Focus TV was on hand for its unveiling. Then a fine arts festival hosted by Lake County Schools put students' artistic prowess on display, including some live performances. Visitors were able to meet the kids and see their original works while enjoying music and participating in activities presented by the Early Learning Coalition and the Lake County Library System.
This really is an opportunity for teachers and our schools to showcase the students and the artwork that they have and the musical performances that we have. It's a really split sort of event.
Then, I love a parade, especially a boat parade. Leesburg's Christmas Boat Parade was a smashing success at Venetian Gardens. Although, I don't think we should use the word smashing and boat in the same sentence. But anyway, this parade featured everything from Santa Claus on a boat to me dancing. You caught that on camera? Then, did you know dogs can read and elephants can fly? I've had a few nights where I thought that was the case. Turns out neither is really the case, but these pause therapy dogs are actually encouraging kids to read. Children at the Fruitland Park Library were treated to a special event recently when these pooches visited and helped them get the most out of their books. The program is held the second Thursday of each month, and students are able to use advanced reading points from it as extra credit in school. Kids and dogs, they steal the show every time. And finally, the annual Livestream Foundation dinner had former athlete Sammy Smith as its guest speaker. Attendees were moved by Sammy's candor and honesty as he shared his well-publicized story of incarceration and redemption. In addition to Sammy's story, Livestream honored Kevco Builders Joe Zeiler with their Making a Difference Award. Representative Marlene O'Toole received the Community Leader Award, and Focus Magazine publisher and president of Red Apples Media received the Outstanding Service Award for his extensive commitment to Livestream. Congratulations to all of them. Now, returning to our January issue of Focus, where the Focus foodie decided to eat healthy at Living Green in Leesburg. Will the traveling gourmet get on track to a healthier culinary experience? And it may not be standard school attire, but these boys are sporting some impressive bow ties. In our new Focus on Education column, we take a look at how this program at Beverly Shores Elementary is helping at-risk young men take pride in themselves, and how a little self-esteem is guiding them towards a pathway to success. Then, Leesburg High graduate Jaquan Floyd takes to the stage, but he hasn't forgotten the local kids either. Find out how he's still involved in inspiring kids back home, even though he's on the road performing. Of course, don't miss the 11th chapter of our ongoing serial story, Six Hands, as author Devin Collins brings Michael Green's journey to a crescendo before we finish the story off in February's issue. Believe it or not, there's still even more in this month's issue, so pick up a free copy of Focus at more than 130 locations throughout Lake County and the Villages. You can also find us on the web at focuslakecounty.com. And for your go-to source of community information all month long, be sure to like Focus Lake County Magazine on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. Now, it's time for me to perform a tracheotomy using a pen. That's another Doogie Howser reference. Until next month, I'm J. Scott Berry. Thanks for watching Focus TV exclusively on Lake Sumter Television.